Hey, treasure fans, y'all pal Big D back here again with another weekend news announcement. This is for April 26th and May 3rd, 2022. Those of you new to my channel, I do this every week. I talk about what's coming out new on Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K for the current week, the new week, week coming up, and anything majorly announced over the last couple weeks. And then I take it from there. First, I'd like to say please like, subscribe, and use the notification bell on this channel. Please share this video out there. I would really appreciate it. But with that being said, let's get started. So this week, Tuesday the 26th, we do have a few titles coming out. We do have 12 Monkeys coming out in 4K. I believe that's for the first time. We have Singing in the Rain coming out in 4K for the first time. And I do believe there's a Steelbook. Now, I don't know whether or not the Steelbook is a Best Buy exclusive. I couldn't figure that one out, or if it's a general one for the for any retailer. But that is coming out tomorrow. Criterion was releasing For All Mankind, a documentary about the moon landing. And that comes up in 4K for the first time. We have Paramount is releasing Orange County. Great. I actually really like that movie coming out. Shout Factory is releasing Doctor Strange, some sort of Doctor Strange animated movie. I think it's from quite a long time ago. And they're also releasing The Watchers 2 with Mark Singer from V fame. And then the last thing they're releasing this week is going to be Moonfall. It's the new big, I think it's Roland Emmerich movie, which is in the theaters a couple months ago. It's the big disaster flick. And that's coming out on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, and there is a Best Buy, so it's a Steelbook for that one. So be on the lookout for that. And then also, keep on going here, we do have Paramount's also released a movie, He Said, She Said. That's a Kevin Bacon classic. Also, they're releasing Win a Date with Tad Hamilton, which is one of my wife's favorite movies. Cat's Eye Season 1 comes out this week. We have Kino Lorber releasing Breakout. And then, with the rest of the release coming out this week, are all by Vinegar Syndrome. So Vinegar Syndrome is releasing quite a few 4K titles this week. They're releasing Scanner Cop 1 and 2 on 4K. And I believe these are all first-time 4K releases. So we got Scanner Cop 1 and 2 coming out in 4K individually. We have Madman coming out in 4K. We have Shinzoid and X-Ray coming out in 4K. And we have Dracula Sucks coming out in 4K. Now, they are releasing a couple other videos this week. They are releasing Reformed Schoolgirls, that's Blu-ray. And they're also releasing a 2-pack. It's called Hard Rock Zombies and Slaughterhouse Rock. They're coming out in a 2-pack, but I believe they're also being sold individually. So Vinegar Syndrome's kind of keying up. I know it's usually around this time of the year. Vinegar Syndrome usually does their halfway to Black Friday sale. Usually around this time of the year. It could have been a little while ago. I'm not really sure. But usually when they have a bunch of releases come out, usually pretty not too long after that, they have some sort of sale. So be on the lookout for that stuff. It's good stuff. Now let's talk about May 3rd, which is a week. Can you believe that? Next week's going to be May. Holy cow, where is this month gone? Where is this month gone? So anyways, next week, not a whole lot, but Turning Red is coming out next week. That's the new Disney animated movie. I don't know about you, but you guys it seems a little bit weird now. Like Disney seems to be just releasing all their movies to streaming, and I don't see a lot of them going to theaters, and they don't last very long in theaters. I don't know whether this has been a big thing for them, or if they're how that's rolling out for them or something like that. But this was just released to streaming. But it is coming out, let's see here, next week. There is a Blu-ray, a DVD, a 4K, and there is a Target exclusive 4K for that one. I don't know if there's a Best Buy. I didn't see anywhere on Best Buy's website for a Steelbook for this thing, so I don't know. But being the short window from time it was basically theatrical to the time it comes to the video, I don't know if they had time to make one, so we'll see. We do have Smoking Aces coming out in 4K for the first time next week, and Best Buy will have an exclusive Steelbook for that one. Constantine, it's a new animated DC movie, Constantine and the House of Mystery, comes out next week. No Steelbook on that one, though. I know a lot of times Best Buy gets exclusive Steelbooks for a lot of the DC stuff. I did not see a Steelbook for that one. Paramount Presents is releasing Paris When It Sizzles. So another Paramount's Present line, which is a really cool line. I don't know if you guys know about that, but they do a lot of really cool work with them. I wish I should have grabbed one to show you, because I have the Golden Child in the Paramount Presents. They released some of their catalog titles that most likely wouldn't have seen the light of day on Blu-ray. But instead of just like what they do with Orange County or like Beavis and Butthead, stuff like that, they've released, because they're releasing a lot of just regular editions lately, they go in a little bit more depth with these things, give you a little more, and then they come in these really cool slipcases that actually folds out with the poster art on there and stuff like that. They're really nice, and they do a really good job with them. They put a lot of cool features on them and stuff like that, so hands up to them. But they do have another movie come out next week. Also, Paramount's releasing next week Tom Clancy's Without Remorse. I believe that was the one that was on Amazon for a while, wasn't it? I could have swore I saw this one. So, but that does come out next week. We also have a Backlight coming out next week with Liam Neeson. That was just in theaters not too long ago. That's coming out in Blu-ray and DVD next week. No 4K on that one. And then Shout Factory is releasing Dinosaur World next week. Don't know what that's about. I think that's a direct to movie Blu-ray, but that is coming out next week. And that is it for this week. Next week. Now let's talk about what was announced. Before I talk about what's announced, though, I did want to show you, I finally did get this in the mail, my Cabin in the Woods 4K Steelbook. This thing is awesome because you got the Steelbook. This is what I love about these things. You got the regular standard Steelbook, right? But this one has an extra slip, and when you remove the slip, it actually shows a different picture. It shows the guys at the bottom kind of starting to get ready to orchestrate this thing out on the back. Let's do this. I'll show you the back, too. The back, which shows all this stuff, just shows like a creature's hand coming out. We take the slipcover off, then you see a bunch of the creatures from the movie in there. It's really cool. It's a really neat Steelbook. I am quite impressed. I really like it. I'm really glad I got it. So, and it's actually, believe it or not, this is the third Steelbook now I've gotten from Best Buy in the mail that was actually shipped in a box and not shipped in one of their little cheesy, like little, I don't know, like the flat piece of cardboard just kind of just basically goes right over the movie and morphs itself to the movie. It's nice it was in a box. So again, it came good, unlike a few Steelbooks I got in the past, but they came all banged up because of their packaging issues. So I'm glad to see, at least for me anyways, Best Buy seems to be stepping up their game on when they mail out Steelbooks. So I just want to show you guys that I did get it finally last week. I think I got till Thursday, so it took a little bit while to get here for whatever reason. It's also like Moonfall. I'd actually pre-ordered that a couple months ago when they had first announced it, and it hasn't even shipped yet. I know it's going to be sitting in stores tomorrow, but mine hasn't even shipped yet. So I don't know what Best Buy's issue is with. Sometimes they'll send this stuff out so early. It's like you get like my Heavy Metal. I got that like 4 days before its release date. But then, you know, you like Cabin in the Woods, which is it's also another title that not only has been out on 4K already and Blu-ray and DVD. You know, they should have gotten that out sooner and they didn't. So I don't know what the issue is with that. But anyways, I did at least get it. So let me talk about what's upcoming. So there has been some stuff announced. Pretty stoked on that. One thing I'm really stoked about is they did announce Giant on 4K, which is the James Dean movie. A really good James Dean movie from the 60s. I was surprised to see that get that in 4K of all things. So that's really good that they're starting to do some classics in 4K, some really good classics. I'm wondering, you know, about some of the other movies out there. I'm always wondering if we'll ever see what is it? This one, and there's one I can't even think about it right now. I can't even think about it. It drives me nuts. I'll remember it later and I'll talk about it later. But it's good to see that we're starting to get some of this older catalog stuff in 4K, and these studios are doing a really good job with it. So it's awesome. I'm sorry I keep getting distracted. I have a couple things selling up on eBay, and my phone keeps notifying, hey, you got something going. So anyways, with that being said, Criterion is releasing some really cool stuff for first time in 4K in July. They're releasing Raging Bull, the Robert De Niro classic, Virgin Suicides, which is funny because that DVD's been out of print for a really long time. Devil in a Blue Dress, that's a great Denzel Washington movie, and OKJA, I probably said that wrong, but all those are coming out in 4K in July from Criterion, which should be really cool. Criterion does some really good stuff. I'm actually really excited about Raging Bull. That'd be really neat in 4K. And then let's see here. What we got next is Kino Lorber has announced a bunch of new titles. They've announced Program to Kill, which I'm excited about this for one serious reason. It's got Sandahl Bergman in it. If you don't know who Sandahl Bergman is, she was in Conan the Barbarian. She played the love interest of Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie. She was also in the movie called She. She was also in Red Sonja. She was the main bad girl or whatever in Red Sonja, you know. So I've always been a really fan of her since, God, basically was a kid. So I'm really stoked to see this movie actually come out. It'll be out later this year. Kino Lorber is also releasing Terror Out of the Sky, coming out the 21st of June. And they're also releasing Tarantula, coming out the 5th of July. So in July here. Let's see, we also have coming out, that's for Kino Lorber. Oh, also an Ants. They're releasing Ants on the 5th of July as well. So a lot of Kino Lorber starting to get a lot of those 60s horror movies, you know, the ones that started to go away from like big, like, I don't know, creatures they would build, stuff like that, to more like using actual like insects and stuff like that. They're starting to bring in some more of those. But the 60s was really synonymous with that, where you had like frogs. 60s and 70s, you had frogs and ants and spiders, and they didn't make the big, like in the 50s, they make the big beasts more. They use actual live animals for these things now. So that's that kind of era. And I always liked that era so much because it felt so much more real. Don't get me wrong, I love those 50s, like those 50 monster movies, the big crab coming after you, something like that. But it's something more to say, a lot eerier for like the actual creatures and the like actual ants, or actual like there's that King of the Spiders. William Shatner did in the 70s, with all the spiders all over the place and stuff like that. Or was it King of the Ants? No, I can't remember. But those kind of movies with the insects and stuff like that come around. The Attack of the Bee Women or something like it's fun stuff. So I'm glad to see more of that stuff starting to come out now on Blu-ray. Let's see. They're also coming out. It was announced was The Contractor with Chris Pine. Big Chris Pine fans. So stoked on that one. That'll be out June 7th. This is a weird one. So Warner Bros. Is releasing Titans season 1 and season 2 on Blu-ray in a 2-season set, which I don't understand. Is they're already available out there. You can buy them right now instead of putting season 3, which finished up 4 or 5 months ago. I think it was. No. We're gonna reissue the 2 that already been available out there. So I have no idea what they're doing with this. I guess it's nice. It's going to be the first 2 seasons of Blu-ray in one set, I guess. I don't know, but to me, it just seems like I'd much like the 3rd season. Then give me some more of the first 2 seasons, or give me the last season of Doom Patrol. I mean, come on, guys. And then the last thing is a movie called Ragdoll. Season 1 will be out the 24th of June. So that is it for this week. Next week, and anything was majorly announced. Look out for this week. I didn't end up putting the videos I thought I was going to put up this week because of an issue. But look out for this week. I will have, I'm going to be posting my Groove pickups. I did the Groove, the Universal outlet that sells a lot of their movies. I'll actually put a link below when I put the video up. I finally got my Groove movies in, or at least some of them anyways. So I want to show those in a video. And then also, I'm going to be starting off my new Star Trek thing this week, where I'm going to be talking about the original series, my top 10 episodes. I think a little bit of time, a little bit difficulty doing the editing on that one. I'm doing something new with my editing, and I've made a couple mistakes so far. But that will be coming out this week too, as another sub channel to my main channel, Big D the Movie Hunter. So be on the lookout for that. And is there anything else I was looking at this week? I'm supposed to do some reviews still too, so I'll work on those week as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Once again, like, subscribe, the bell, leave me some comments. Everybody, please take care and be safe out there. Always keep hunting, because you know what? You never know what you're going to find. And as always, live long and prosper. Bye.